Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Tiffany Stratton broke her silence after her first successful defense of the WWE Women's Championship. She defeated Bayley on the latest edition of SmackDown to retain the title. Stratton became champion on the January 3 edition of SmackDown. She cashed in her Money in the Bank contract on Nia Jax after once again helping her retain the title. On Instagram, Stratton shared photos from this week's SmackDown, highlighting her victory over Bayley. She also questioned the next challenger in line. Stratton was also responsible for Bayley losing the Women's Championship at the 2024 SummerSlam Premium Live event. Over the past few months, the 25-year-old assisted Nia Jax in retaining the Women's Championship on multiple occasions, but occasionally teased cashing in her Money in the Bank contract before eventually pulling the trigger. Greg Gagne has warned Tiffany Stratton about Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. WWE has already teased Flair's return to the company. The Queen has been sidelined with injury for over a year. Speaking on Straight Talk with the Boss, Gagne discussed Stratton's victory over Jax. He said, WWE is yet to reveal Stratton's next challenger. She could feud with the returning Charlotte Flair or face Nia Jax, who is yet to get her rematch for the Women's Championship she lost at the start of the year. The roar of the crowd had barely begun to fade when Tiffany Stratton, the reigning WWE Women's Champion, made her way to the backstage area. Her victorious defense against one of the most formidable competitors in the division had solidified her place as the top woman in WWE. Yet her first successful defense was not only a physical triumph, but a moment of emotional significance. The glimmering title belt around her waist, shining under the harsh lights of the arena, symbolized far more than a mere victory. It represented the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, and an unyielding determination to succeed. Now, in the midst of that euphoric rush, Tiffany was about to break her silence, giving fans and critics alike a deeper look into her mind and what this victory truly meant to her. The aftermath of the battle. In the immediate aftermath of her match, Tiffany stood tall in the ring, sweat glistening on her face, her chest heaving with each breath. She had just gone to war with one of the most talented athletes to ever step foot in the WWE Women's division. Yet there she was, standing victorious, her arms raised high, the championship belt nestled perfectly against her shoulder. The crowd's cheers echoed in her ears, but there was a quiet part of her that was thinking about more than just the win. Tiffany knew that her career had just reached a new level. This wasn't just a title defense, it was a defining moment. She had proven herself not only in the ring but as a champion. She had overcome challenges including personal doubts and external skepticism to rise to the top of the mountain. And now, she would be faced with new pressures, new expectations, and new opponents who would be gunning for her title. But for now, Tiffany took a deep breath and allowed herself a moment of reflection. After years of climbing, she was finally at the peak. A reluctant star. Tiffany Stratton had never envisioned herself as a WWE superstar in the traditional sense. Born into a world of privilege, she could have easily chosen a different path, one far from the hardships of the squared circle. She had the resources, the opportunities, and the connections to lead a life of comfort. But it was the world of professional wrestling that beckoned her, a world full of intense physical challenges, larger-than-life personalities, and a fierce sense of competition. Her decision to pursue wrestling was met with skepticism from some, who doubted whether someone of her background could ever survive in such a grueling environment. But Tiffany never let those doubts shake her. Instead, they fueled her resolve. She trained relentlessly, pushed her body beyond its limits, and adopted the mindset of a true champion. She wasn't just there to play in the spotlight. She was there to dominate it. Her early days in WWE were marked by a steep learning curve. She was thrust into the pressure cooker of live events, television tapings, and constant media scrutiny. But through it all, Tiffany remained laser-focused on one goal: to become the best, to earn the respect of her peers, and to prove that she belonged. Over time, her undeniable skill in the ring, combined with her fierce determination, earned her a loyal following. fans began to take notice of her unique blend of athleticism, charisma, and competitive spirit. It wasn't long before she found herself competing for the coveted WWE Women's Championship. The first successful defense. The opponent she faced in her first defense was a worthy adversary, someone who had been through the wars of WWE, who knew the value of championship gold, and who would stop at nothing to claim it. It was a battle of wills, with each woman refusing to back down. Tiffany, however, had a confidence that came with her first taste of championship glory. She had worked for this moment, and she wasn't about to let it slip away. The match was a brutal display of athleticism, with both competitors giving everything they had. The crowd was on their feet, the tension in the arena palpable, as the battle raged on. Every near fall, every reversal, every submission attempt only added to the drama unfolding in front of the millions watching from home. But Tiffany, as resolute as she had ever been, found a way to dig deep and emerge victorious. With a stunning finishing move, she pinned her opponent to the mat, securing the 3 count and her first successful defense as champion. The feeling of holding onto her title was unlike any other. There was a satisfaction that came with proving her worth, but also a recognition that her journey was far from over. Breaking her silence. Later that night, as Tiffany prepared for her post-match interview, she took a moment to collect her thoughts. The adrenaline had started to wear off, and the weight of the moment settled in. She knew that what she was about to say would be dissected by fans, analysts, and social media alike. But she was ready. Tiffany Stratton had always been a woman of few words, but when she spoke, it was deliberate, measured, and impactful. The interview began with a simple question: how does it feel to successfully defend your championship for the first time? Tiffany took a deep breath, her eyes focused on the interviewer. It feels incredible, she said, her voice calm but full of conviction. But honestly, it's not just about the title, it's about everything that led to this moment. I've been working my entire life for this. I've put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and every ounce of energy I've had. I've faced doubts, I've faced obstacles, but I'm standing here tonight as the WWE Women's Champion. The words were honest, raw, and real. For Tiffany, this wasn't just about the glamour of being champion, it was about the journey. The struggle. The sacrifice. I've heard people say that someone like me doesn't belong in this business, that I'm not cut out for it, Tiffany continued. But every time someone told me that, it just made me want it more. I wanted to prove to everyone, especially myself, that I could not only survive but thrive in this world. Her eyes darkened with a hint of resolve. I don't care about being a favorite, I don't care about being the most popular or the most liked, I care about being the best, I care about leaving a legacy, about showing everyone that no matter where you come from or what people expect of you, if you have the heart, the drive, and a will to win, you can achieve anything. The interviewer nodded, clearly impressed by Tiffany's sincerity. And what's next for you, Tiffany? You've successfully defended your title, but the competition is always evolving. What's your mindset moving forward? Tiffany smiled, a glint of determination flashing in her eyes. The competition is always going to be there, but I'm not just focused on the next match, the next challenger. I'm focused on maintaining my position at the top. I'm not here to be a flash in the pan, I'm here to make history, and I won't let anyone stand in my way. The champion's reflection. As the interview wrapped up and the cameras turned off, Tiffany took a moment to reflect on the words she had just spoken. It had been a long journey to get here, and while she had made her mark as the WWE Women's Champion, she knew that the real challenge had only just begun. The road ahead would not be easy. There would be new challengers, new threats to her title, and new obstacles to overcome. But Tiffany was prepared. She had faced the odds before, and she was ready to do it again in the coming months. Tiffany would continue to prove that she wasn't just a flash in the pan, but a dominant force in WWE. Her championship reign would become a beacon for those who aspired to reach the pinnacle of the industry, and she would carry that responsibility with pride. But for now, as she stood in the quiet of the backstage area, the weight of the WWE Women's Championship resting on her shoulder, Tiffany Stratton knew one thing for sure: the journey was far from over. It had only just begun, and she would continue to rise. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel For more update news,